It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Vikings and the Cards, and it comes your way next.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory, and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they come into this one after a loss in the opener, and they're in for another tough test here.
And what a battle for an organization to look at your schedule and see 2 road games to start the season and not have a letdown immediately. If you got to fight against that, they've got to come out ready to play.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Taking in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Arizona Cardinals offense coming out here for the first time, and we get a peek at Kyler Murray, the dangerous offensive weapon now in his 3rd season in the National Football League.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And I have to think that when this play began, the running back thought to himself that this looks promising, but that feeling certainly didn't last very long. Super play defensively to lock in on the best route to his target, and he stopped him for no gain.
And the next-gen stats, they tell the story as he was approaching 19 miles an hour on that one. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive. Couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. And this one caught by Max Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. And just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Now a give to Edmonds. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Come on now, let's make it happen, baby. Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the rookie 3rd-round pick from Texas A&M. It's Kellen Mond.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
On 1st down, here's Mon. Setting up the screen for Cook. Able to slither by. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down. So, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
19 yards there on the catch and run. So, Charles, this, game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Cardinals, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Here's Mon. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good completion on the drive as the Vikings have a 1st down. So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with that's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him. And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain. His guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, to be as cheesy as we can, he was the winner of the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award from last week, so he's really stringing together some good football.
So not only did he get a gold star, he might have gotten a gold watch too, huh?
From the gun, here's Mon. Under pressure is Mon, and he'll go down. Credit the sack there to Chandler Jones. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though. And they could barely get a glove on it before he got the quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Here's Mon. They're going for it. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. Well, certainly not the way that they were hoping that possession would end, failing to convert on 4th.
And now they've got to make sure that they keep their poise, they keep their confidence. Just because it didn't work once doesn't mean if they get that same situation later that they shouldn't go for it again. The defense feels great, but the offense, they can't be despondent.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back.
They run the counter. Edmonds. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
To throw is Murray. And that will be incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
This is taken at the 18. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Charles, you take a look at the draft class for this offense. It's highlighted by a 1st-round pick who provides a much-needed boost to their offensive line.
And you and I both know it's the kind of pick that doesn't often get a fan base really excited. But I know who is excited. Their quarterback. He won't get hit as much, and that should improve the rest of the offense as well.
Off the play fake, Mon.
That'll be caught. It's Steven Sims. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The Vikings with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Only needing 2 yards on second down. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
And that's why Dalvin Cook is the Minnesota Vikings featured back. You put the ball in his hands, good things happen. Second in the NFL last year in rushing with 1,557 yards, and that's now back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons with 30 combined total touchdowns. What a player is Dalvin Cook.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Mon now off of play action.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So a PI call going to cost him there defensively. What did you see?
Well, I think it's the right call, partner, because sometimes we'll see officials kind of let them play. But by the letter of the law, that's definitely a penalty.
Cook following the penalty. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Zaven Collins, rookie first-round pick there on the stop.
I would think as a play call, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
On second down now, it's Cook, and he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge.
They go play action here. Mon.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Isaiah Simmons
coming in hard that time on the blitz, and he gets him down. It's a loss of 4.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes.
And
just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal.
Mon looks to throw.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Jordan Phillips drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. And the former Arizona Wildcat Folk gets this one to go. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either
not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The football going back over to Arizona now.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now.
Murray now to throw. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now is Murray. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started.
And there's a good opportunity to just went awry there. A drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
The Cardinals on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, he's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Murray. He's got it to Williams. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Dalvin Tomlinson in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way we're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Mon. And that's complete. It's Sims. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Mon going to throw it. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. 1:54 left on the clock here in quarter number 2. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards there on the catch and run. First down now, but that clock rolling. It's caught on the right side. Williams. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. He's going to air it out deep for Green. This is caught inside the 15. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
Took nearly the entire first half, but a first red zone opportunity for him here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Here's Murray. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Murray. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because that incompletion's on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Murray going to throw. Touchdown! Max Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal. To get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Prater for the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air, Mond. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 32-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw again. Throw left side on target to Thielen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Mon. Touchdown, Vikings! Adam Thielen. As the first half is winding down, and the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the Arizona offense about set to take over. Looking down at the stats here, realizing he has no catches. They targeted him twice, but no catches. So how do they get him more involved, Charles?
You make sure he touches it on routes that he likes to run. Maybe even run a reverse or some type of a jet sweep so he gets his hands on the ball and get him active and involved in the game. You just try and find ways to get him going, and it doesn't have to be something that's big downfield.
Maybe kind of like in basketball, just a shooter seeing the ball go through you, get him a rep, get him more comfortable.
I agree with that totally. Maybe set that solid screen and give him an easy look.
Well, to this point, no catches.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in week 2. We begin out west in Southern California. Dallas heading to SoFi Stadium to take on the Chargers, now of L.A. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. C.D. Lamb, a touchdown reception. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And things didn't go so well as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And their passing game has been the reason why they lead thus far. They've had great success moving the ball through 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Cardinals, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football at State Farm Stadium. And for the call, let's head back out to Glendale and hand it over to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
So here are the Vikings to take over. They're on the good side of this game right now with a lead, but they were on the bad side last week in that loss to Cincinnati. So now trying to make amends. Mond looks to throw on first down. And this one complete to Smith. He finds some open field here. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
First down, here's the run with Cook. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Yeah,
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back the intended target. And it's 3rd and 5.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear.
After review of the play, rules on the field is reversed.
So that challenge, a successful one. So good field position for the Cardinals as they come up 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. Murray a give to Edmonds on the option. And some room to work. 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 44 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Edmonds going to get the handoff here on the option. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On the screen, this is Edmonds. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that will knot us up at 10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. From the 6. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second and 8 coming up. Mondale off of play action. That's complete to his running back, Jefferson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 13-yard line. 13 yards down to the 13.
And Viking fans spent plenty of time wondering how they were going to replace Stephon Diggs when he left for Buffalo. But I think most would agree now that Justin Jefferson was the best rookie receiver in football last year. 88 catches for an even 1,400 yards.
I would say the numbers don't lie.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 56 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
He'll buy some time right. And Thielen's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Vikings are going to take the lead.
His first career touchdown pass, and it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Folk connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's polished off by a Viking score. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
I do know that owners, when they watch their quarterbacks run with the football, they usually hold their breath because that's the franchise. But when you're getting that kind of a game, hard to argue against calling it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Murray's going to keep it again. And he'll get this across the 40 and up to about the 42-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. To throw, it's Murray. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17.
It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Off the play fake, Mond. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Mond looks to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
And it shouldn't come as any surprise that you say Adam Thielen made a catch, and it was for a 1st down. He comes off another solid season, over 900 yards receiving, one of the best route runners in the NFL.
Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Brings up 2nd and 7. Let's go. Come on.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They're going to look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7.
Mond out of the shotgun.
And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed. So the decision to challenge does not pan out, and that's also going to cost him a timeout. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona's offense back out and ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes this out and puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in. Ooh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
A bad false start penalty there. Now 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Murray. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Murray hooking up with Kirk for an Arizona 1st down.
First down grab there by Christian Kirk, now in his 4th season with the Arizona Cardinals, and they would like to get the ball to him a little bit more. Just 48 catches last year. Typically, when he catches it, it results in big plays.
And Murray gets this into the hands of Edmonds. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Murray. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw going into the hands of Williams. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Let's go. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Watch the screen.
Now Murray again. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he gets it down to the 32. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up the 1st down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Murray now on 1st down. And not able to get it that time. He hit on 6 straight passes. Not there. 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Murray looks to throw again. 2nd and 10. Completes it to Benjamin. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. He's got it to Williams. They can't tackle it. Touchdown, Cardinals. Max Williams. with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cards are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. But they go play action here. Mon. And this one is incomplete.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air, Mond. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one-score game here in the 4th. After the pick 6, they go right back to the air. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. It won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. Second and 10. Now Mon lets it fly for Thielen. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd down from the gun, it's Mon. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. After the turnover, here's Murray. Forced out to his left. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the 1st down and then slides to the ground. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Murray now to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11 and a Cardinal 1st down. Murray a give to Edmonds on the option.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's running?
Touchdown! It's complete. A.J. Green, his second touchdown on the season.
And the Cardinals are on their way to a 2-0 start. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a fourth-quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
There he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the fourth, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Here's Mon. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Mon going to throw it. They'll set up the screen from the Wangu.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the first. Again, he'll drop to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
Off the play fake, Mon. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen. We'll check on his status when we get back. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Mon looks to throw.
The quick slant caught. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Second down and goal. Mon feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Third and goal. Keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd and goal now as they try to punch in a late touchdown. He'll look to throw. Caught on the slant. A gain of 5, but not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Dalvin Cook
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point up and good by Folk. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a 7-point game, they'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Cardinals hands team able to secure the football. And now looking at the clock here, they do have 2 timeouts, but even if they force a 3 and out, they're going to have very little time remaining.
So that means they've got to be aggressive and find a way to knock the ball free. They've got to come up with it because they can't just rely, as you noted, on using their timeouts and getting the ball back. They might not have any time to mount an attack, even if they do play it that way. Get the football. That's their mantra.
Edmonds going to get the handoff here on the option. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Again, they run with Edmonds. And he'll take this one down to the 36. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Murray a give to Edmonds on the option. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up.
Well, Brandon, they're getting to 2-0, and this time they're able to take a knee at the end and secure the victory.
Preseason, coach said their goal, they obviously want to win everything. He said, I think we can get off to a 3-0 start. Well, here they are looking at 2-0 right now. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that fourth quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback. Because we've been in games before. We've done games where you can just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Cards, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.